Hey guys, how you doing? As I promised ages ago, I will cover the recent discovery of Homo naledi, the latest addition to our Homo genus that was discovered somewhere in South Africa recently. And just some of the coverage that's been going on. I mean, it's wonderful whenever you find sort of new fossils and new evidence of various things that have happened in the past. You know, it's kind of science, but it's also history. I think someone affiliated with the King Richard III project said had like a mantra or something along these lines. Science plus history equals awesome, or whatever. So yeah, no, it's just, you know, it's fascinating, and it's amazing how much information you can fairly straightforwardly derive from, you know, a bunch of bones. Basically, it's, you know, it's fascinating. It's really nice. But of course, you know, what sort of video is that without a bit of complaining? Again, this coverage is from Scientific American. I quite like Scientific American, actually. It's one of my sort of, I quite like it. You know, it doesn't have so much like sway as other magazines. You know, it tries to be quite to the point and not weigh in with all these little opinions here and there. One thing that I want to pick on is this sort of, you know, coverage of what this sort of new species is, and its description. And I think at one point they call it weird. Like, it says he has weird features. Man, you know, you can't be a scientist and call something weird. That's just, what do you mean weird? Like, weird is a word used, you know, in everyday conversation to describe something, you know, that you're probably quite ignorant about, something, you know, quite sort of superficial, you know, oh, that's weird, you know. How can you describe something in science as weird? I mean, what do you mean weird? For crying out loud, have you gone into a forest? Everything in freaking nature is weird. The second thing is that the discovery of this new species and finding out about its, you know, what it was like and how it behaved and things like that would rewrite human history, in the sense that once this is dated, which it hasn't been done yet, so, you know, how long ago did these people live, we will be able to know when certain features that present-day humans have first arose. And of course, you know, if we assume that something like a certain behavior is quite recent, and actually we find that they did it as well, and they, you know, they were around a long time ago, then essentially that feature has been around for way, way longer than we thought, you know, so these sort of things can change. And the issue with that is that we would have preconceptions to begin with. I mean, you know, back, you know, in the past or whenever, you know, when we didn't have this information, or we thought, you know, maybe something like this might come up in the future where we discover something new and change these things. You know, why would we assume anything in the absence of solid evidence to begin with? Because then we just have to have all these things rewritten every time we find something new. How about we recognize the fact that we can always find something new and try to be more reasonable about what we assume and not assume things? You know, why the hell do we assume things anyway? So yeah, well, that's me, yeah. But anyways, you know, pretty cool. It's not weird. That's so rude, man. We're so rude in our language towards these, like, sister species or ancestor species. Like, why'd you have to call them weird? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, what, you're gonna call, like, your grandma weird? Don't say that. Like, what do you mean weird? It's not weird. You know, they were perfectly fine for their time, and we're perfectly fine for our time, and there's no need to be so segregationist.